Greetings, Earthlings. Today I'm going to be applying my Freestyle Libre 3 sensor in real time and show you a step-by-step process of not just how I do it, but some whys behind why I do it the way that I do it. I remember I was very nervous my first time when I applied it, and it's been about 6 months now for me, so now it's not a big deal. And I'm hoping that I can help at least one person who is just like me and looking for some advice and just seeing someone doing it in real time and seeing that it doesn't actually hurt. So as you can see, I currently have a sensor on already, and I have 1 day left on this one. So they last for 2 weeks, and the reason why that I'm going to apply another one right now, or 24 hours before I start reading it, is because I do a process called letting it soak. So since the sensor is a foreign object in the body does react to it, and it can potentially give some false readings, potentially, especially in the first 12 hours, because your body's kind of like freaking out about, this thing that's in it that it's not used to. And that's why there's a warning when you scan the sensor. It will tell you during the first 12 hours to double check your blood sugar readings with a glucometer or the machine that you use to prick your finger, just to make sure. For someone like me with pre-diabetes, that's not such a big deal, but for someone especially with diabetes who's using insulin, obviously, they want to make sure that their levels are completely accurate before they dose their insulin. But I just do this just to be on the safe side, and why waste a day with false readings? That's the way that I look at it. So, I'm very lucky. My health insurance covers this 100%, but I know for a lot of folks, it is not covered. So I feel like every day you have it, don't waste it. So I use the sensor knowing that it's not 100% accurate all the time, and I have tested this by pricking my finger and comparing the readings. And the reason why I still continue to use it is because I'm looking for patterns. So I know if something I eat causes a huge spike, like 100 to 200 points, and not just like 30 to 50 like a normal meal, I know that I probably shouldn't be eating that food. And it's also interesting to see how exercise affects my blood sugar levels. So if they rise and I do a walk or I do some kind of workout after, I usually get a faster return to baseline. So that kind of encourages me to keep doing those behaviors. And I also like to see what my blood sugar is doing at night. For example, if I have a day of lower carb eating the day before and I don't eat close to bedtime, my blood sugar tends to be pretty low, and for me that's under 100. But likewise, if I eat a heavy carb meal, or if I eat close to bedtime, or again, any combination of those things, I will notice that my blood sugar throughout the night is not as low as it normally does, or I will see a lot of dips and spikes. So for me, it's just data, and it encourages me to keep doing the right thing to try to not only keep my pre-diabetes in control, but hopefully eliminate it. So again, it's all just data to me. In the beginning, I was probably checking the app like 100 times a day, freaking out. Now I just go on to log my food and just, occasionally see what's going on with it. But it's not as obsessive as it was in the beginning. Now I'm going to go through the process of actually applying it. So the supplies that you need are obviously your sensor. So this is mine, and I took the address label off of it. Now, this is what it looks like in the box, and I'll show you more later when I actually apply it. But I save these even after I apply it for the full 2 weeks, because if something goes wrong with it and you need to return it back to the manufacturer, it's good to have the box. It also has the serial number on the bottom, so there's also a serial number like somewhere on the inside, I think, but obviously it's way easier to get the serial number here, and if you're making a claim, you need that serial number. So I just keep the whole box and the whole thing even after I've applied it for the 2 weeks, and then when my 2 weeks are up, I recycle it. So obviously you need that. You're gonna need soap and water, which I already cleaned my arm. You're gonna need rubbing alcohol, cotton pad. Oh, I just lost it. It just rolled away. But yeah, your rubbing alcohol on a cotton pad, or one of those alcohol wipes, something like that. And an added bonus is these patches. So I'm going to link them below. I got them off Amazon. I paid about $15 and there's 30 in a pack. So since you're only doing it every 2 weeks, that's over a year's worth for $15. So to me, that's a pretty decent price. The sensors are supposed to be waterproof, and you're supposed to even be able to swim in them, I think, but I just don't want to risk it. You know, again, it's if something happens to the sensor, I lose it, my doctor's not going to write me a new one right away. Like, I'm going to have to wait, and I just don't want anything to happen to it. I just use the patches, and also you'll see when I apply it, the sensor is white and it kind of stands out. So the patches are more like closer to my skin tone, so they kind of blend in a little bit more. So yeah, all right, so I'm just going to go through the process and show you. So first, like I said, I already washed my arm, and of course I have a new bottle of rubbing alcohol I need to open. I didn't plan that very well. World's best YouTuber. Okay, so I applied the rubbing alcohol just kind of like all over here. Now you'll see you can apply it anywhere on the arm, just like not on your bicep is a good idea. But I do it kind of like closer to the inside of my arm and not the outside. And the reason for that is because I am a side sleeper. So if the sensor's here and I fall asleep on that side, what happens is my glucometer will send an alarm, will set off an alarm, wake me up in the middle of the night. It has happened before. One time it happened like 3 times in one night. So that was enough for me to stop doing that completely. If you're not a side sleeper, probably not an issue, but I just stick it more kind of here. Plus it's just less noticeable than on the outside. So anyway, so I've used my rubbing alcohol, and now I'm going to apply the sensor. So just twist it open. Hopefully it doesn't give me a hard time. Okay, so you just twist it open. So this inside part, you can see that's the little sensor, and then this is just the part that holds it. So I just pick the spot where I'm gonna do it. So this time it's gonna be about here, and you just press. And that's it. So there was a little sting, but it doesn't hurt or anything like that, but that's what it looks like. So now I'm just going to apply my adhesive patch. So this one, I just take the paper off here. There's a little section here that's not sticky, so that's the part that's going to go over the sensor. Trying not to touch the adhesive. But I just line up the sensor in the not sticky part, and I go like this, and I just rub outwards, trying not to have any wrinkles in it. I think I messed up. That's okay. Yeah, there's a little wrinkle in it, but it's all right. I mean, it's still gonna work. It just looks a little funny. And then the last step with these is then you peel this part off with the adhesive. And that's it. So now I'm gonna wait, and then when this sensor ends, I'm gonna take it off, and then I'm gonna scan this one. So this one's gonna stay on me for a whole day. So I hope that helps a little bit. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm gonna try to come on here and share more about my health journeys, like my pre-diabetes, weight stuff, hormonal stuff. I'm going to be starting tirzepatide this week, so I'm going to start sharing about that. So if that interests you, feel free to subscribe, and I'd love to see you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped. Have a good day. Bye.